Hi, this is Paul the Pipe Guy live from Rochester, New York. How is the Clyde Valley Care Home residents doing? Yeah. And the employees, how are you guys and girls doing? Yeah. So this is a shout out to the Clyde Valley Care Home residents and all of those who volunteer there and are employed there. I actually heard about this facility. I have a subscriber, and I would consider him one of my friends, Mr. Adam Park. And he has a girlfriend, and her name is Miss. And if I mispronounce this, don't laugh at me, and don't pronounce her name this way to her. It's S-H-O-N-A. So I looked it up, and it's pronounced, I believe, Shona. So Miss Shona, Adam was telling me that's his girlfriend, and apparently she shows a few of the residents my videos, and they like them, which I absolutely found incredibly awesome. And so I asked him, I says, Adam, I says, I want to do a video especially for them. What should I do? And he's like, just do anything. So I thought about this all day long. You know, what am I going to do? Really like to reach out to these people. And at the end of the video, down in the comment sections, Miss Shona might be able to assist you. I will, in the comment section, leave my email address. Now, I'm from Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. I live in New York State, upstate New York, almost near Canada. Canada's only maybe 70 miles away, so I'm pretty far north. So I wanted to do this video, especially for you guys, yes. And no, I'm not wearing a kilt. And I do understand about kilts. I heard this rumor, and I looked it up. Do men who wear kilts wear underwear under them? And the answer is yes, and the answer is no. The difference being that it is a military tradition that you do not wear underwear while wearing a kilt. Because, and you can Google this is what they said, not me. They said it allows more air to circulate in those places, providing more comfort, but most non-military people that wear kilts on a regular basis do wear underwear for hygiene purposes. But that's what the internet said. Cheers. So I opened my first Bush beer. I don't know if you can get Bush beer in Scotland, but we're going to have a really good program here for you this evening. You guys, it's about 10 o'clock your time, and it's about 5 o'clock my time, and it is Friday. So you guys are basically about 5 hours ahead of us. Yeah, I looked that up too. So, cheers, everyone. Ah, yes. So actually, I'm not wearing a kilt. I'm only wearing what you see on the video and nothing else. No, I'm wearing blue jeans. See? Yes, here I am, all dirty from work. Came home right after work. I just had to make this video for you folks at the... What facility are you in again? I wrote it down. My memory is... I'm getting old. Clyde Valley Care Home. Yes. So, you have to ask Shona to show you this. So, the blend I'm going to smoke tonight for you is actually made by Robert McConnell since 1848. The original Scottish blend for my Scottish friends. Scottish blend pipe tobacco. Yes. And I'll read you what's in it, even though you may not know what it is. Some of you might. A rather strong mixture in the English style. Made of full-bodied black Cavendish, naturally sweet Virginia, smoky Latakia, which I love Latakia. It just has that smoky flavor. Exotic Oriental Turkish, and a pinch of spicy Perique, which is very balanced and rich in aroma. And on the back here, I see it's made in Germany. And on the front, it says made in EU. So I don't know if all the European countries are kind of combined. Maybe you're monetary. I don't know. Anyways, it's the Scottish blend. Yeah, so we're going to be, can you picture out of this huge pipe a big red-haired dude guy with a huge red beard, with a kilt on, bagpipes, smoking this big guy. I've never smoked it, and I'm not going to tonight. But I wanted to show it to you. And one other fine fact. Red-headed people. Worldwide, there's only 1 to 2% of the population of the world have red hair. But in Scotland, there are about 13% of Scotland's population who have red hair, which consists of about 650,000 people, I think it said. And red hair is actually thicker than any other hair. It is 4 thousandths of an inch, where regular hair is only 3 thousandths of an inch. I work in a machine shop, so I just had to look that one up too. So we're going to load our bowl, which we have a pipe made in Ireland, and sometimes the Scots don't necessarily like the Irish because they're Catholic and you're Protestant. Haha. So anyways, what do you guys think about Lucky Charms? Oh no, that's Irish. Yeah, that's a cereal here in the U.S. So this is my limited edition Dublin bowl number 606. Very thick walls on it. Oh, and it's a great smoker. It has a great draw, which a great draw means it's easy to suck through. This other monstrosity, which I've never smoked, is not easy to suck through. It's like trying to suck a frozen milkshake through. That's probably why I'll never smoke that pipe. So I'm going to load my bowl up, but just for you folks, I am going to play by Amy MacDonald, who I've never heard of, the Scotland's national anthem, which lasts 1 minute and 25 seconds, which should be just about enough time to load my bowl. So here you go, folks. The national anthem for Scotland by Amy MacDonald. Scotland. Yeah. There we go. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, you're going to get a show tonight. Most of you are probably already in bed, actually. My night has just started, although I'll probably be in bed about 8:30 this evening because I have to be up at 5 o'clock to work on Saturday, which will give me 50 hours this week. But we have what's called overtime. In the United States, overtime basically, let's say if you make $10 an hour, you get that $10 per hour for the first 40 hours that you work that week. But if you work more than 40 hours, they multiply your hourly rate by 1.5. So let's say if you work 50 hours, you'd get $10 an hour for the first 40 hours. And then you would get $15 an hour for the extra 10 hours. Which I like. I don't like, I'm going to be 57 years old in December. I was born on December of 1964, so I will be 57 years old. Don't look it, do I? Yeah, right. Anyway, so we have, that was just perfect timing. The Scottish national anthem gave me just enough time to load my pipe up. And so we must clear the palate. Ah, yeah. There we go. Ah, yeah, Scottish blend. Oh, yeah. Oh, Scottish blend is so good with that. The Orientals, the Virginias, the Latakia. It's just awesome. It's to die for. I've always wanted to visit Scotland. My parents actually, for their 30th anniversary, all of us kids sent them to Ireland, which I know is south of Scotland, but I think that the culture is at least somewhat similar. And they went to church on Sunday at a church, and afterwards the pastor took everyone that wanted to go in the church to the local pub and sat and ate and drank. And see, there you have unpasteurized beer, my father explained to me, which basically means it hasn't gone through the heating and treatment process that supposedly kills bacteria. The alcohol kills it. But here in the United States, our milk has to be pasteurized through a heating process. Our beer is pasteurized. They do a lot. We have a lot of processed foods here with preservatives and that in them. The Scottish blend is so good. Ooh. I inhaled a little bit of it. I'll be all right. So I did go online, and I did look up the Clyde Valley Care Home facility, and that is a huge stone mansion, or brick, or whatever it is. It's beautiful. It looks like outside could use a little renovation or whatever, but I did see some pictures inside that could use a little renovation, but it's beautiful. What a beautiful facility. It's a huge mansion. So I don't know what the residents are actually there for. Kind of described a little bit, you know, online, but It showed some pictures of the staff, pictures of the residents. So maybe it was your picture that I saw. I saw a couple of older folks and I saw a couple of younger folks that looked like they had some disabilities. But you all had smiles on your face, so you must be overcoming them. Overcoming adversities and shortcomings sometimes is very, very hard to do. But you have to look and take inventory of what you have, not at what you don't have that other people may have. My mother always taught us children that, hey, you guys might be, good-looking young men. At the time we were boys. She says, but, because my brothers they were horrible. They would tease people that had disabilities or whatever, or maybe were overweight or not as smart as they were. I was never like that. And she would tell them, she'd be like, you know what? You have disabilities of your own. They're just not the same as theirs. Your disability is that you have no compassion for others. And they were like, what do you mean? She says, that's a disability. To treat on people kindly. That you could do that. That's a disability. Worse than theirs. I never had that. I've always been a very compassionate, loving person. They never got that their whole lives. They never understood that, but I did. I think people with disabilities are marvelous people. I really do, because let's say if you take a person who is deaf, they cannot hear. Their sight, their smell, and their other senses are much more acutely sensitive than someone who can hear. Your body makes up for whatever you don't have. You get an extra portion in a different area. Never give up. If you're feeling down, look at what you have. You know what? If anybody listening to my voice right now wants to contact me, my email address is Paul Gilson, which is my channel, 1964 at gmail.com. In fact, I'll even write it down for you and show it to you. And I answer all my emails. I answer all questions and comments. That come through my YouTube channel. So, you are all welcome to contact me via email. There it is, Paul Gilson 1964 at gmail.com. Yeah. So, I've had to overcome a lot of adversities and so forth in my life. When I was a young man, I used to like to go out to clubs and do a little thing called cocaine. And I wasn't a full-blown drug addict, but it certainly held me back in my life, and it certainly affected me. And I haven't had an illegal drug in my system in well over 20 years. I was standing in the shower one day after a night out and a night of snorting cocaine. And I realized something, that, you know, you have these wonderful kids. And I was doing it, you know, 3-4 times a month, going out to the bar. Once a month is too much. It's just, and I just reached the point in my life where I just cried out. I was bawling my eyes out, crying my eyes out in the shower. And I just said, God, just take this desire to do this cocaine away from me now. And he did. I never did it again. And I thank God every day that I wake up and I'm not just going to sleep and hearing the birds chirp and the sun's coming up and I just did my last line of coke. Substance abuse can cause many problems. Even if it's a small bit of substance abuse, it can still cause problems or get you arrested and thrown in jail. I've lost everything once and almost everything twice. Back in 1991, so we're talking, this is 2021, I was a very young man. I was 26 years old, and I was making about $60,000 a year, which was a extremely good income back in those days. And I was out at the bars and this and that, and my marriage from my first wife dissolved. And I went from owning a home, a beautiful home, not a mansion or anything like that, but just a nice 5-bedroom home, to really almost being homeless and living in, I managed to get this apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment above a bar in the city. And I didn't have any dishes. I didn't have any plates or silverware. I had nothing. I didn't have a bed. The only thing, there's 2 things I had. I had a blue blanket, on 3 things. A blue blanket, an alarm clock, and a pillow, but it didn't even have a pillowcase. So, you know, I was out drinking and snorting coke and all that stuff, you know, being free, wild, being stupid. And it ended up, it cost me that job and everything. So I moved back in with my parents and kind of rethought things a little bit. I went through a drug treatment program and so forth, and got my life back together. Lived with my parents for a year. And here I am at 26, 27 years old. You know, I have curfews and rules and all this stuff. Before I was making huge money, owned my own home, and could do whatever I want. And so after a year, I went out on my own and started rebuilding my life again. And a few years later, I met my second wife, and we're still actually legally married. I married her in 1995, and we had 4 children. So between us, she had 3, I had 3 with our first spouses. We had 4 together. That was 10 by the time we were done. And then she decided after 20-something years she didn't want to be married anymore. It's like, But that little bell clicked in my head. Ding, ding. Don't go back to who you were in 1991. Once you learn those things, you don't have to rewalk that path again. So I didn't lose everything. I lost my home. But I kept my personal items, kept my job, was able to find another nice, decent place to live. 3-bedroom house out in the country on 3 acres. I rent it. And I really was down. I really loved this second wife a lot. Loved the first one too, but I made a lot of mistakes. And I probably made a lot of mistakes. I know I made mistakes in the second marriage too. One of them, I never cheated on her, but we won't go there. So I found I needed to surround myself with good people, not negative people. There's some people that are so negative, they will just suck the life out of you. They bring you down to their level. If you surround yourself with good people, you'll find they will encourage you and bring you up to their level. Yeah. And so now it's been, we've been separated 7.5 years, and life is good. I could have walked down that same path again. Went back to the drugs and going out to the clubs and fast women and fast cars. It wouldn't have got me anywhere. Come on, I was 49 years old at that time. So that's kind of a little bit of my life story. So we have some tobacco that we're blending here with alcohol. This one here is apple aromatic. And I mixed a little Latakia in with it, and rum. Latakia gives it kind of that smoky flavor, so I'm going for like a smoky apple flavor with rum as a nice backdrop. And then in my next one here, we have Scotty's Butternut Burley, which kind of tastes like vanilla, like a dessert, and that is in rum. These are sitting here, they've been sitting here now since 7/31, so a week. 45 days are going to stay in here, not even opening them up. So I'd love to hear from anyone who'd like to contact me. If you have questions, you know, I'm a very good listener. If you have some problems, some issues that you want to talk about, email me. We can talk about it. I'm actually an ordained minister, so I'm a good listener. We can talk about those things that maybe you wouldn't want to talk about with anyone else. You can talk about whatever you want. So you have my email address. I'll hold it up again. If you can read my Paulinese, Paul Gilson 1964 at gmail.com. Yeah, I think I wrote that pretty legibly. So what'd you think when I played the Scottish national anthem? I understand. When I looked it up on the internet, it looks like you guys have like 4 of them. Couldn't you make up your mind or something? Ah, Lord. So, some of the other adversities I had to deal with was within a 3-year period of time, I had 2 sons that died. That was really, really hard. And then I had a younger brother that died, and my father died. So 4 Gilsons, 3 generations of Gilsons died within 3 years. It was horrible. I can't even begin to tell you how hard that was, losing my 2 boys. They were 30 years old and one was 31. I got through it with the help of asking my Creator. Now, I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. And I believe in my Creator. And if you have something that you cannot overcome, if you get down on your knees and say, Lord, please help me with this. I can't deal with it. I'm not strong enough. Help me with it. Give me the strength. He answers prayers. Yes, He does. And if you do that, and you keep doing that, and get into His Word, read the Bible. I like Psalms and Proverbs. And I do read the King James Version. But Psalms and Proverbs are both not only about God's promises, but they're uplifting, you know. So if you have problems and you need help getting through them, ask the Lord, and He will help you. There's nothing too big for Him. Like I said, I am not religious, but I am spiritual. I believe that there is God the Father, His Son Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit convicts us of things. Maybe if we've done wrong, makes us feel guilty about them. But also the Holy Spirit reveals things to us. If we ask for knowledge, the Holy Spirit will reveal that to us. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about it. Well, this has been a very rewarding video for me to make for my friends at the Clyde Valley Care Home. Yeah, it's been very, very rewarding. I did say a prayer before I made this video. I asked the Lord to put in my mind something that would come out of my mouth that maybe just one person needed to hear. Anyways, residents, employees, and volunteers of the Clyde Valley Care Home, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy, live from Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. God bless you, and don't be afraid to contact me. Over.